So there's a problem. A lot of people that want to fight don't know when they are ready to fight. So I went out, I interviewed a handful of high-level coaches and athletes to get their answers about when to fight. So here we go.
For me, I feel that a fighter's ready to fight once they can actually defend themselves, more so than the attacking part. So defense for me is super important. Anyone can go in and throw down, but I feel like a fighter really has to be able to defend themselves properly before they go in.
For me, I've got a strong development with my people on the path to fighting. You know, when I pick them from beginners classes and transfer them into intermediate classes where they're starting to spar multiple times a week and clinch. Then we look at doing in-house sparring matches, and then the next step is inter-club sparring matches, and those kinds of matches teach me a lot about their mental tenacity, their focus, how they deal with the pressure of potentially fighting, and that's a big indicator to me of whether they're ready or not. How they handle the rush mentally and physically, whether they're fit enough or whether they will need to work on their fitness more, whether they can take a hit, how they respond when they've been hit a little bit harder than they might be in the gym. That's a very good indicator. And the development of fights obviously is that first next stage when they're ready to fight.
I think when someone is ready to fight, let's talk about female. Sometimes female, they kind of lack of confidence. So I think you need to listen to your coach. If your coach thinks you're ready, I think you just go for it. Don't wait till you're ready, because you're never going to be ready. So listen to your coach, and once they think you're ready, then go for it.
For me, a fighter is, I think coaches know when a fighter is ready to compete. More so than not, we hold fighters back a little bit longer than normal because we expect or we want them to perform and represent our gym at a certain level. But for the most part, if you as a trainer and a coach know that they can defend themselves appropriately and can perform appropriately, then for me, they're ready to compete.
I think if you are at a good gym and a good experienced trainer, when he tells you you're ready to fight, that's when you're ready to fight. You should take their advice and do it. But as a promoter, when I watch people at training or I see them in the amateur circuit, when I see them, they have basic levels of skill. They're not getting startled by punches and stuff. They've got decent reactions, good basic technique. If you spend too much time in the gym trying to perfect stuff, you'll do your head in, you'll never actually get into the ring. So you've got good fundamentals, good conditioning and composure. Those are the most important things. You have to be conditioned to fight. A lot of times people sort of underestimate the effects of the nerves and the energy it takes to fight and jump in the ring, and they're not ready for that. Whatever cardio you have, dabble the need of it for your first fight because you get so nervous. So having good conditioning, having the basics right, and being composed. So you're used to doing some sparring, some clinching with people. You don't have to do hard, heavy sparring and cop a lot of damage to your brain, but just having been put under some pressure at training so that we know you can withstand it once you get into the ring and the bell goes.
I believe a fighter's ready to fight when they've put in the hard yards in training, not only in training, but also in their strength work, their dietary work. And I'm a really big believer in the psychology of a fighter, knowing that their head is in the full space to fight at each and every given moment. If they're training hard, it shouldn't matter if the fight camp's 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks or 5 weeks. As I said, if they're training hard, it's straight into the game. But I do believe that the psychology of a fighter plays a really, really big part. I've seen fighters undo themselves because they've watched too much footage of another fighter, and when they watch that footage, they've actually self-doubting themselves. So if I can sort of get in there and work with the psychology part of me, that the belief in the want, and that's a really big strength that I believe that we work with. I know my fighter wants it, but do they believe it? If I can match those two together, I think they're ready.
So there was some great information there from some high-level athletes like Som, and also high-level coaches, Kieran Walsh, Andrew Parnham, promoters like Sai Naji. I think they all hit on some great points. I do think that one of the things that you have to look at as well is your physical attributes. and how much training you're actually doing. So for the very, very low level fighter, you need to be running 3 to 5 times a week, not super long, 30 minutes to an hour. You also need to be spending about an additional hour and a half to 2 hours per day at the gym. So you're looking at maybe 15 to 20 hours a week on training to get ready for sort of amateur level competition. Obviously, as you move up in ranks, you'll be spending more time. The initial work that you do, you need to make sure you're able to defend yourself adequately, get good at blocking, and also understand basic tactics. Okay, what should I do against a puncher, a Muay Mat fighter? What should I do against a clincher, a Muay Cow fighter? What should I do against a Muay Thimmer fighter? So there's some basics that you need to understand as well. If you like this, definitely give it a like, a share, a comment. Let me know how I can help you and your career grow. I hope this video helped and look forward to seeing you on your Muay Thai journey. Make stronger fighters, make stronger people.